Oh, is there anything else you could cram into this one? Yes, 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 this is what I call create a DLC. Hey guys, it's HazBo here, and wasn't this quite the surprise for most of us out there? If you have no idea what I'm on about, well, Bohemia have just announced a new Vietnam themed create a DLC. No fancy intros for this one, let's jump right in. Now, I understand there's been mixed reactions since the whole create a DLC thing came into play. Personally, I haven't touched global mobilization, but I have heard great things about it. But the premise didn't really grab me, I wasn't sold, but this is how you sell your product. First and foremost, what actually is it? Well, SOG Prairie Fire is a Vietnam War experience developed with the help of US veterans and Vietnamese advisors. It aims to immerse you in the role of a covert special ops unit deployed deep within enemy territory. Its developers, Team Savage Game Design, have been helped by actual US Special Forces who have served in that particular unit, and includes help from over 100 Arma creators, from the guys who brought you things like cDLC, the Unsung mod, JSRS sound mod, icebreaker terrains, and many, many others. This seems like a true fan-driven passion project. I'm going to quickly skim over what it actually includes. I'll include the link to the website in the description if you want the full spiel, but I want to talk about the multiplayer and game modes in particular. So at a glance, this is what people can expect. So you've got a huge new terrain, Cam Lao Nam, covering 300 square kilometres. This, I believe, is about the rough size of Altis and Stratus put together. So you can visit, explore and fight over Hawaii, Citadel, Saigon City, Hamburger Hill, air bases, fobs, caves, tunnels, rivers, ports. Oh my god, the list goes on, and all the jungle in between. A campaign that features cooperative play for up to 14 players. These are further reinforced with single and multiplayer standoff scenarios. 4 distinct factions from the MACV Special Forces units, the Army of the Republic of Vietnam, and to the guerrilla forces of the Viet Cong themselves. 54 new vehicle and static weapon variants. These include helicopters, light tanks, cars, trucks, boats, and even bicycles. To supplement this, you'll also have access to over 55 new weapons and variants to support your fight in the bush. Now for the meat of my video, the multiplayer and the additional modules included in this DLC. Right, so for the co-op campaign, well, rather than summarise, I'll read the official description. The year is 1968, and the Vietnam War is reaching its peak. As elite MACV SOG Reconnaissance Team Columbia, your mission is to stop the flow of materials down the Ho Chi Minh Trail. Your team must engage in clandestine operations in Laos and Cambodia, hunting and destroying the PAVN 559th Transportation Group and its numerous security units. Feel the adrenaline rush as operating deep within hostile territory, whilst the People's Army of Vietnam try to track, locate and overrun your team. Written alongside former recon team leaders of the US Special Forces elite MACV SOG, this fully voice-acted campaign consists of 6 highly replayable co-op missions, featuring dynamic difficulty and drop-in, drop-out multiplayer capability. Well, this alone sounds awesome, but what really got me hyped for this Creator DLC is for its potential to reignite the core Arma multiplayer population. Sure, Arma's multiplayer has thrived with all the various units and their own operations, but what about people who don't want to join like units or groups, but still want that feeling of belonging to a bigger operation? Provided quite a few people show a leap of faith and give this DLC a whirl, I think it could actually provide a much needed jab to the public player base who aren't affiliated with any units. Well, why do I think this? Well, if you look on the website you can see they've actually collaborated with a lot of the major mission designers out there. So, for example, they've actually got a streamlined multiplayer interface which they're planning to introduce. And this actually gives you access to certain game modes from the get-go. So, for example, the Anti-Stasi mission, KP Liberation, Alive, Patrol Ops, Exile, Battle Royale, just to name a few. Basically, them game modes are going to be running from the get-go with this Create DLC. But that's not all, they've also developed their own game mode, it's called Mike Force, and I think this gives the potential for players to experience that combined operations, you know, even without being in a group where you need about bloody 130 mods just to join a game. So, Mike Force. Vietnam has been infiltrated by communist forces from the north. choose one of 4 specialist teams and cooperate to build bases, expand capability, and find and destroy the enemy in this unique, intense Combined Arms conquest mission. To survive the jungle, you're going to need food, water and medicine, tools for building, and a lot of ammo. Earn rank points and medals completing tasks in order to unlock better equipment and support. Join the armoured cavalry team to build forward operating bases, and run the gauntlet and truck convoys bringing essential supplies to the front line. Join the Green Hornets team to transport men and materials to remote outposts or directly into a hot LZ on the battlefield, or fly close air support. Join Mike 4's team to patrol the jungles, mountains, rivers, swamps and streets, sweeping for those enemy camps and fighting positions, and garrison the FOBs when they come under relentless attack from the Viet Cong. Or finally, you can join Spike Team to operate deep in enemy territory, to destabilise the enemy by locating and destroying their facilities. An intelligent AI commander ensures that no mission is ever the same in this persistent, challenging, dynamic and immersive Vietnam experience. Time to get some. So reading this back to myself, it's like Alive, Invade and Annex, KP Support and Liberation, Patrol Ops, they've all had a baby and called it Mike Force. It sounds awesome. With the included optional new multiplayer launcher, it is my sincere hope that we see an uptake in what I would like to call the public player base. I may be wrong, old-fashioned or even boring saying this, but it would be great to see newer players experiencing what Arma can be without the need to uptake God knows how many mods. I love mods, don't get me wrong, but I've introduced people to Arma and some of them just want an experience from the get-go. Invade and Annex and Liberation is what I would normally lead with, and they are simple but wholesome experiences. This is before I introduce them to the vast workshop of mods out there. Prairie Fire seems to want to push this experience out of the box, with all the quality content that it entails. However, the question becomes then, is it worth spending more money to get that experience? In my opinion, it's not even out yet, but I would say yes. Arma has provided us all with quality, official and community created content for over 8 years now? I think personally I have over 2,000 hours worth of entertainment from this title thus far. That alone makes me want to support the developers and third party developers. Well, I'm going to have to get global mobilisation now having said that, because I've heard great things about it anyway. But who knows, maybe some of this money will get ploughed into Arma 4. One can actually dream, right? But hey, these may be ramblings from a sad old man, but I really want to hear what you guys have to say about it. Comment below. If you've enjoyed the video, please stick a like on it, and if you want more content, please consider subscribing. You know what, I think I'm forgetting something. I am forgetting something. There is something more, guys. Additional modules. So, yeah, as well as all that, these guys are aiming to provide a Master Arm module for servicing and arming aircraft, a logistics module for transporting items and casualties, a completely new voice-acted battlefield revive system, a tunnel module for easy creation of tense underground missions. Mate, I'm really looking forward to this. A Vietnam-era artillery and air support module. This will enable players to quickly call in support from actual US call signs. A quick-to-enable earplug system, a vehicle jukebox, a melee system for close quarter fighting, and tree platforms and foxholes that enable soldiers to hide above or underground. Oh. Is there anything else you could cram into this one? The soundtrack. I've not even mentioned the soundtrack. Obviously you can hear some of it in the background. If you go onto the website you can hear more tracks there, and I believe the album, like the soundtrack of the Creator DLC, will be available to purchase and download, with some of the proceeds I believe going to various charitable causes. On the subject of audio, this little segment sounded really interesting as well. I'll read it to you. To bring this fascinating period of history to life, every sound has been crafted to improve the experience of close quarters fighting in steaming jungles. You will hear enemies whisper as they approach you in the dark, or yelling as they rush to overrun your position. The immersive medical system adds wounded enemies calling out, and dark humour shared by the wounded soldiers. The extensive recreation of every weapon, explosion, bullet crack, vehicle and footstep sounds creates an immersive and unforgettable feeling for the players. To complement the sounds of battle, many new special effects have been added to deliver truly kinetic battlefield experience. Even outside of the combat, experience the ambience of the jungle as it comes alive with the realistic sounds of wildlife, weather, and disturbed vegetation. But guys, it just sounds amazing. Anyway, I'm just going to wrap up the video here because I'm just whittering on now. So again, I really hope you've enjoyed the video. Please consider subscribing, stick a like on the video, and I'll see you all very shortly in the next one. HazBo out.